Okay, so tonight we are going to talk about success partners and basically why you need one, what they are, why they're beneficial to you, how to find one, and then we are going to have Ashley Corbin and Nicole Grima are going to hop on and talk a little bit about their partnership. They just partnered up this last 2 months probably. Um, and they had really great success this last month. So I wanted them to kind of share what they did differently and kind of how they are just working as success partners. And then we'll do like a little bit of Q&A if anybody has questions, and then we'll hop off. So it won't be too long of a call tonight. Thank you for being flexible. I was trying to work with Ashley and Nicole with their schedules too, so that's why we bumped it a little bit later. So we won't be on too long tonight. But if you guys have questions, make sure you write them down, and then we can answer them at the end. Okay, so we're gonna go through like a little bit of announcements, an agenda first. Hammer and Chisel is finally here. I'm so excited about this program. I think it's honestly going to be a game changer for a lot of people. Having done both Body Beast and 21 Day Fix, I really, really feel like this is going to be like the best of both worlds as far as, if you are not familiar with Body Beast, it can be one of those programs that is super intimidating. And I remember when I first started doing it, I was like, do women even do this? Like, is there, and I found that there's a whole community of women who are doing it and are getting amazing results. If you're interested in being a part of that group, it's called Body Beast for Women on Facebook. But it is honestly like one of the best Facebook groups out there. It's super motivating, and Sagi, the trainer, he is also in that group, so he pops in and answers questions, and you can tag him, and he's really funny. But it's all women, and it's awesome. So there are women who have been using Body Beast for prep for like fitness competitions and stuff like that. So it's just really, honestly, an amazing program that I would highly recommend. If you're not like sure about Hammer and Chisel and you want to check out Body Beast, it's awesome. It is intense, but it literally, between Chalene Extreme and Body Beast, those two programs changed my body the most out of every program I've done. So I highly recommend it if you're wanting to lean out and build some muscle. It's awesome. So I'm really, really excited for Hammer and Chisel, because I think combining it with Autumn and the containers with the meal plan, I think it's honestly like going to be amazing. So I won't be able to dip into it for a little while, which sucks. But as soon as I pop this baby out, that is like happening. So I'm really, really excited for that. So if you have any specific questions, there's FAQs with lots of information, but that's our promo for this month. I'm sure you guys have all heard, but it's on sale for $160, the challenge pack. So that comes with Shakeology, or you can get the performance line, I believe. And it's normally $180. So it's an amazing program. So make sure you're talking about it and kind of building some excitement for that. If you have questions, like I said, check out the FAQs so that you can get more familiar with exactly what it entails. I will say about Body Beast is the workouts can be kind of long, anywhere between, I would say, like 40 to 55 minutes. So if you're used to only doing like 30-minute workouts, then Body Beast might feel long for you. But the Hammer and Chisel workouts I read were only 30 to 40 minutes. So that's totally doable. And the fact that you can get such great results with only 30 to 40 minutes is pretty awesome. So check that out and make sure that you are informed about what that's all about. So the Success Club prize for December is a Sagi bobblehead. So for those of you guys that are newer, Beachbody has done prizes for Success Club every month, but they've done a Tony bobblehead, a Shalene bobblehead, an Autumn bobblehead. I'm pretty sure they have a Shanti one. Yeah, because I think mine broke. So I have like a whole collection of bobbleheads. So Sagi is the prize for December for hitting Success Club. So it's kind of a fun one to get. And then I have on the calendar a 1 hour sneak peek I had it on the calendar for the 10th, but I realized that's my sister's birthday and we're probably going to be celebrating her birthday that night. So I moved it to the 9th. And so that's a Wednesday night. So that's it's next Wednesday. So I'm going to start promoting for that soon. And then after we promote for that, then I'll be promoting for the free clean treats group starting on the 14th. And that's just going to be probably like a 3 or 4 day group, just pretty fast. We're not going to I think I'll probably include a meal plan, like a clean eating meal plan. And we might do a little bit of basic stuff, but I want to kind of focus on just like finding clean treats for this time of year, because it's appropriate, because people are going to be taking, doing cookie exchanges and stuff like that. So I feel like, and plus it'd be fun to test out some treat, kind of type recipes that are still not too bad for you. So that should be fun. I'm definitely going to need help on like collaborating on that. So if you want to participate and recruit for that, I think it's going to be a free group. So, you should have no problem inviting your friends and getting some friends in that group. But I will need some help kind of just preparing for that, since I'm going to need some help, like looking for doing that kind of stuff. So if you want to participate in that, then please let me know so that we can all kind of put our heads together and get going on preparing for that group. So, and then congratulations to our Success Club qualifiers. Oh my gosh, I can't talk. For November, Amber hit 10 and Nicole and Ashley both hit 6, which is amazing. So I'm really excited for you guys. It was a tough month. I luckily ended the month in Success Club, but it was a brutal month for me too. So for those of you guys that really struggled, just know that that's not typical, or sorry, that did not make sense. That is typical for this time of year. That's not like a normal thing that happens every month. So we do have to work a little bit harder this time of year, and we have to get a little bit more creative with, with things that are going on, because everybody's busy and people are saving their money for Christmas, and they're not thinking about getting healthy, and they're thinking about how crappy they feel when they, eat all that junk food, but they're not necessarily thinking about starting a program or maybe a nutrition plan right now. So so this is the time of year that we got to, run free groups, run clean eating groups, and kind of just plant seeds with people and make sure that we're still on top of our game. That way, come January, when people are thinking about health and fitness, they are thinking about you. So that's why it's really important to make sure that you're sharing your workout pictures, make sure that you're still sharing, pictures of your meals. Nobody is going to be perfect this time of year, and I don't expect you guys to be perfect, because obviously I posted a picture of freaking Reese's peanut butter cups today. I had like serious moment of weakness. I know I won't be buying any more of those. So, but just know that we want people to think of you come January. So they're not going to, unless they see that you're still, actively, on your journey and sharing about it. So just make sure that you're doing that. And that's really all I can ask for this time of year, is to just not give up and hibernate like everybody else does this time of year. So like I said, I'm going to talk for a little bit about Success Partners, and then Ashley and Nicole are going to hop on and they're going to talk, and then we'll do a Q&A, and then we'll be done. Okay, so what is a Success Partner? So this might be kind of like a new term for some of you guys. Like, you may have not ever heard of this before. But basically, a Success Partner is, excuse me, I'm so tired. A Success Partner is, usually a small group of people, like, so either partners, so 2 people together, or like maybe 3 people. But I find that any more than like 3 tends to get like to be kind of too much, and you can't work as closely together. So I would say 2 to 3 people is really good, because basically what you're going to do with a success partner is you are going to be partners, and you are going to be talking on a daily basis, and you're going to be sharing goals. You're going to be sharing kind of like just somebody that you talk to on a daily basis that is going to help hold you accountable to what you want to do. So having success partners has actually been huge for me personally, because like Lindsay being my coach, she's super busy, you guys. Like, I hardly ever talk to her. If I get to talk to her, it's on a one-on-one call, because I've hit Success Club the prior month, and it's only for about 30 minutes. Not that I only schedule those like when I really need them, because I know she's really busy and I don't like taking up a lot of her time. So I don't talk with her very often. So if I didn't have a success partner that I could talk to on a daily basis to share kind of like what's going on in my business, or share what's going on with me personally, or talk about what I'm struggling with, or somebody to celebrate with too, it would be really lonely, I feel like. So having a success partner, or somebody that you can, talk to on a daily basis, that is basically going to be your cheerleader, but it's also going to help push you, and help hold you accountable to the goals that you have set for yourself. So I actually just recently, like within the last week, I've had the same success partners for like 2 years, and I love them. They are like sisters to me. And I was getting frustrated because the last several months, pretty much since Summit, like we've all been really busy, and we used to talk every day. And it seemed like everybody kind of just got wrapped up in their own life and their own stuff, that we kind of just stopped talking. And I was kind of going through this funk, and I really needed the support from them. And I would message them, and sometimes it would take like days for them to get back to me. And so that was really discouraging for me at that time. So just in the last week, of course, I'm still really good friends with them. But I actually went and sought out a new success partner, because I need somebody that I can rely on, that is going to help push me, and it's going to help remind me that when times are tough, that it's usually not me, or they're going to tell me, you need to go work out, or you need to what personal development are you doing right now, and really just kind of help keep my head in the game. So finding one and finding somebody that's the right fit for you is really important. So I think it's good to pair with people that are on the same team as you, just because I think it helps build the relationships on the team, and it also just helps kind of just build the camaraderie on the team. But also, you guys have access to the same resources and stuff like that. So you don't have to have somebody on the same team. It can be anybody in Beachbody, obviously, but I've found that for me, it was helpful to have somebody that was on the same team. So my 2 success partners were both under Lindsay. The one I just kind of started working with somebody else, and she's actually under Brigida, but who's also still on our team. But she has access to a little bit of, the way that Brigida Linford runs her team. So I was interested in kind of partnering with somebody else just to see how they kind of run their business. But this is such a huge benefit to your business, because we all know that accountability and consistency are the most important parts of this business. So having somebody else to help hold you accountable and to make sure that you're being consistent is huge. Somebody that's other than me being your coach, the relationship that I have with you guys is completely different than the relationship that you'll have with your success partner. I don't want to feel like anybody's boss, and I don't want to feel like anybody's like mom, or I don't want to be like checking up on people and like, saying, are you doing your posts? Are you doing your tracker? why didn't you hit Success Club? Or why didn't you do this? It's just like an awkward dynamic for me, and it probably is for you guys too. So I don't want to feel like I'm like your boss. So having a partner, somebody that's a peer, I think it makes a huge difference just to have somebody that's on the same level as you versus me coming to you and wondering why something didn't get done, or checking, following up on you or checking on you. Not that I won't do that, but I just think that for me personally, like Lindsay never checks on me. If I don't do something, like she doesn't do it. She doesn't say anything. So having a success partner, like when I'm struggling at the end of the month trying to hit Success Club, I have my success partners that are pushing me and, giving me new ideas and helping me, go outside my comfort zone and pushing me to keep pushing forward even when I'm frustrated. So being a good success partner, what does that entail? I really feel like when you're in a relationship with somebody, you're in a partnership, you are committing to holding up your end of the deal, which means helping to hold the other person accountable, but checking in with them. Like as you'll hear Nicole and Ashley say, like they've been talking every day, and with my partners, we were talking every day. So it really helped keep all of our heads in the game, all of us thinking about, working our businesses. So having a partner, I would say, do not enter into a partnership unless you are willing to go outside your comfort zone and be willing to work your business every day. Be willing to get back to them in a timely manner when they ask questions, or when they're checking in with you. Don't see the message and not check it for 5 days, because that's going to piss the other person off, first of all, and they may really need something. So just be responsible in checking in with them just like they would do for you. And then also, if you have a success partner and your needs are not being met, do not hesitate to find somebody else. And just my biggest tip is that you should just be honest with the other person. So if something is not working out, just let them know that it's not personal. And like I had one of my success partners today, she saw my post that I was looking for a success partner, and she was asking about that. And I just said, it's nothing personal. And I explained the reasoning behind why I was looking for somebody else to work with for a little while. And she totally understood. And it was like, we're still really good friends. But I think it's, you're in a partnership and you're in a relationship. So just be honest about if you are looking for somebody new for some reason. Make sure that you are upfront with them about that. So that they're not just like, what the heck? Like, oh, they don't like me anymore or whatever. Because most of the time it's not personal. It's like everybody has different needs in their business. And so I think it's really important to make sure that you're just honest on both ends. And we all know that accountability and consistency are the keys to success. So having somebody else to just help you and push you outside your comfort zone makes a big difference. So I'm going to check the chat real quick. Oh, Casey lost sound. Can everybody else still hear me? If somebody doesn't mind, okay. Okay, so Ashley, I'm gonna go ahead and stop screen sharing, but Ashley, I'm gonna go ahead and turn it over to you. And then when you're ready to, I guess when Ashley's done, if you're ready, then go ahead and you can hop on and we will hear from you guys. So let me stop sharing. Hopefully it will let me do this. Stop share. There we go. Right in front of my face. I swear, you guys, my brain, and I apologize for those of you guys that have been interacting with me lately, because my brain is legit fried. I'm not even kidding you. My brain is it's been bad. So if I'm forgetful or just please know that my brain is not here these days. Thank the hormones. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and mute myself, and Ashley, I'll go ahead and unmute you, and you can go ahead and share with us what you're going to share.
Hey everybody, can you all hear me okay? Am I loud enough? Okay, good. So what Mackenzie said is absolutely correct. And so Nicole and I are going to take a little bit to share tonight with you exactly what we did and what made the difference this month. So just a quick background, I have been a coach for, it'll be a year in January. Nicole's been, I believe, 15 months, and she can correct me if I'm wrong. So she's just been a little bit longer. We both are full-time moms, and she has 3 kids and I have a 1. And so we do this, and we have been, both of us felt, and Nicole felt it more than me, that like we wanted to do something more, but we just didn't have like that accountability or that support to do it. And so we partnered together, I want to say right around middle of October, and both of us had been in a goal push group, and it had been great because we were learning consistency and being consistent with what we were doing, all the daily stuff that we were doing, which was huge. And that sparked both in us that we knew we could do more and we wanted to do more. So I just have 3 like things that really made this success partnership work well this month that I was going to share with you guys. And so the first one was consistency. And like I said, we had been a part of this other group, and we were pushing, we did our post every day, we were doing our workouts, we were connecting with people, adding friends, doing all of that every single day. But we needed to do just something more. And that group is helpful. It still is helpful. It's still really good. But at the same time, we needed a push ourselves. And so Nicole and I went together, and it just worked. We fit really well. We live close by, which helps. I know that you don't always hit the way that our schedules are laid out worked extremely well for us. And so we set goals for ourselves. I found out that Nicole does not have a lot of friends, and her big thing is adding friends. And she knows that inviting is like the worst thing for me to do. And so every night we'd be sitting there and talking to each other, and she would be like, hey, did you invite people today? And I'm like, hey, did you add friends? And so we took our consistency to a whole new level by having that extra accountability. The next thing that I wanted to say is we communicate. So I'm going to pull up really fast for you guys, and I hope that you can see it. I'm sorry I did not send this to you, Mackenzie, to like screenshot it. Nicole and I use the voice things. Can you guys all see those? So we use the voice because we're busy moms and it's hard for us to type. And this is all one day. Yeah, that's pretty much all one day. I just hit into Tuesday. So right there, all that I screenshotted, we talk literally all day with each other. And the reason for that is because I'm sure you guys have had it too, is we're coming up with different ideas, and there's all these different things that are happening, or we see something that is like really intriguing that we heard from personal development or whatever. And so we're constantly in communication with each other. Especially this past weekend, we hadn't hit Success Club yet. So it took us all month to get to that point. And at the very end, we were constantly talking to each other. Hey, did so-and-so buy? Did you do this? Did you do that? And we were constantly in communication, pushing each other and doing that hustle to make it happen, because Nicole had, I think, 4 points on the board, and she had that one last person waiting for it. And I had 2 points on the board. So like, I definitely got a fire under my butt that I wanted to keep up with Nicole. And we both wanted to do that. So we're in constant communication. And what that has done for both of us is it has given us not only the encouragement that we need to try new things and bounce ideas off of each other, but it's allowed us to grow our business. We hit Success Club, which I've only done it once, and seriously, it was by chance. I'm not kidding. It wasn't like I had worked extra hard. I wasn't being super consistent at that point, and I hit it, and I still I don't know how I hit it. This month, I know how I hit it because I had been consistent the month before, and I had been consistent all of November, and so had Nicole. And so with the communication, we just do the voice messages on the phone, and it's been absolutely wonderful because you are to the point on it. We have 1 minute to, get our thought out, and we're constantly checking up and reminding, like, hey, did you do this for the group, or did you do that for our post? And it allows us to really share. And by, like Mackenzie had said, when you are checking in with each other, it helps in like having that we answer each other right away. The other aspect of that communication allows us to really know each other personally. And that's been huge because Nicole and I, we've gone through everything this month. We're moms and we have other issues and we have husbands to take care of. And my son's actually crying right now outside the door because he wants to go to bed. And so, we have other things that are happening in our lives, as a lot of you guys do. Some of you guys work full time and you're running the business on the side. But we have been able to care. So like I can give Nicole a pep talk. She can give me a pep talk when we need to have that. And we can talk about each other's lives outside of just Beachbody. The other thing, I'm sticking with the 3 C's here, I did not intend for that to happen, but it did, was commitment. Nicole and I were committed this month. We met in October at the end of October, and we planned out the entire month for November. I know Mackenzie shares calendars, and Jessica Pizzola had shared her calendar on the call, and that is huge. I have never done a calendar before. I've always looked at him and okay. And then I've kind of in my mind picked, on this day I'll do this or that day. Nicole and I took half an hour to sit down. We didn't have the kids. Our husbands were awesome and watched the kids for us. And we planned out the entire month. On this day, we are hosting this group. On this day, we're hosting that group. We're advertising it on these days. And so it showed that we were committed not only to our business, but we were committed to each other to be successful. And we haven't done it yet for this month. We've had all of our ideas, but we haven't placed them down. So after this call and I get my son down, that's the number one thing I'm working on, because both of us are frazzled right now because we're 2 days into December and we don't have our calendar done and laid out. We have the ideas down, but we don't have it written. And so, we were committed to each other in this. And then we also picked a program, and Nicole probably will tell you that she has never done Body Beast. She has it, and she was really scared to do it. And my husband's currently doing it. And so we pushed her a little bit because we're success partners and we push each other. And so we pushed her, and she's doing it, and it's been awesome. It got her out of the comfort zone. She pushed me to do 21 Day Fix. And so I did that, which was crazy. And now I'm doing the Extreme. And I never, ever would have thought that I would have done the Extreme and enjoyed it as much as I am. And so we were committed to our programs. There's been a lot of nights that Nicole, I don't know how she did it. She would be texting me or messaging me at 11 saying, I haven't done my workout, but I'm doing it right now. And she was committed. Just like I was committed to the Beachbody products. We know that they work. We know that they're a great product, and we were committed to succeeding in our business this month. So that was a huge, huge change. But as I was writing out my notes, I was thinking, the last time I hit Success Club, it was great. I was on fire. I was ready to hit it the next month, and then I didn't. And it was super depressing. I hadn't met Nicole yet. I didn't have that success partner. And so I was just so bummed because I knew I was going to hit it, and then I didn't. And I wanted to just share a couple things to make sure that when you guys hit Success Club, how you to hit it the next month. That's super important. And so the things that I'm going to do this month differently than I did the last time that I hit the Success Club is that we are preparing the month, like I said, and that is key. Follow Mackenzie's calendar. That is our team. We work together better, and make sure that if you are participating in any of the free groups, that you follow along with that. Nicole and I are doing a couple different groups that we've had already planned out that we wanted to do. And so we're gonna stick with that. We're gonna have the calendar, and I'm actually going to steal from Jessica Pizzola's thing that I never thought about this, but she schedules out when she's going to make Success Club points. This week I'm hitting Success Club 2 by this Friday, and then I'm going to hit Success Club 4 by this. And I never thought about that because in all of my affirmations and everything that I've ever done, I've always said, I'm just going to hit Success Club 5. No problem. I'm going to hit Success Club 5. But I never put like a time frame on that or when I was going to actually do that. And so this month I'm going to set out guidelines for myself. This is when I'm going to hit Success Club and be able to go along with that. The other thing I wanted to share is Nicole's going to share a little bit more about some of the groups that we're offering that we've done to think outside the box. But one thing that I know Mackenzie's has said it before in different things is to be a part of other groups and like be a participant in them. And so I had gone into this like vendor group thing, and somebody had advertised about a free Black Friday sale event. And I was like, that would be awesome. I could advertise and stuff, but it was $10 and I'm a cheap person here. And so I was like, I'm not going to spend $10 for a group on Facebook. That's ridiculous. And so I put it together and I did one myself, and Nicole duplicated it. And then somebody else who I met through a mom's group duplicated it as well. And what we did is I found in mom's groups on my own friends list, people that are other like in MLM businesses, or maybe they have their own that they started from the ground up. And we all collaborated together. We had set guidelines, and we, like, my group had almost 200 people that had been invited to it. And we had 22 vendors, and we posted every day. And it was huge for Nicole and me both with her group. And her group was just a little bit smaller, but she still had great success in connecting, getting the word out, and building even more to our cold market, basically. And on top of that, now we have connected with the people that are in our group. And Nicole and I both have started groups with them just to brainstorm ideas and to host these kind of a group to like highlight all of the extra stuff that we do. And so we did something that was kind of crazy. That's not normal for us to do. And it was a little bit of extra work, but it paid off greatly to host this like Black Friday group where I got to advertise 3 times a day about Beachbody and all that Beachbody has to offer. Yes, there were like It Works in there and Plexus, and I can't remember, there was another one in there, Body by Vi, I think, in my group. So yeah, there was some other stuff in there, but at the same time, you got to highlight things and got to network with these moms. And I've gotten so many just from the vendors themselves asking me about the products and wanting to connect. And so Nicole and I wouldn't have done all of this if we hadn't sat down with each other and planned all this out and worked with one another. It's been huge for me because, like, I have a very supportive husband. Like, he's running his own challenge group right now. Like, he took a phone call today and talked to somebody. He's doing Body Beast. He's like, he sits sometimes and plays with Ezra and like watches me work out and is like, look how great mom's doing. Look how awesome she is. He is 100% supportive of everything I do. But at the same time, running the business side of things, he's a guy, he runs his business very differently. I needed somebody like Nicole to push me. And so you have to find somebody that you guys can like be on the same level, but you guys can see the future of what's going to happen. That was, I was going to say, Nicole and I both laid out our goals. That was the very first thing that we did. I said, Nicole, what do you want from this business? Like right when we first were starting, after we were trying to get the plans out and everything. And that was the big thing, because there's been times where both Nicole and I wanted to throw in the towel. Like, we wanted to give up this last month. It's so much work. We're exhausted. Our kids are teething. Both of them are teething at the same time. Ezra, my son, has cut 4 teeth in 2 weeks, and they're the molars. So it's just been insane at this household. But at those moments, Nicole knows exactly what my goal is. And I have long-term goal, but I also have a short-term goal for next summer. And she's like, hey, remember, you want to take your son to go see Daniel Tiger live. And so I know it sounds so silly, but those are the things that have meant so much, because when you're doing it alone, you get to that point and you like have your goal board or you have like your vision of what you want to do, but you don't have anybody pushing you towards that. And that's where the success partner came in. She was reminding me of that. And then before I switch over to Nicole, I do have one last tidbit of like information that really did help me that I did this month personally, and I've made Nicole do it too. And so she might not like me for this one. What I did is I called it just 20 more. And what that meant was when Nicole and I were exhausted, we had done like all of our daily tasks, talking to new people, adding friends and whatnot. And I like both of us have been just like, we're sitting at our desk and we're just zoned out. Like, and we've told each other that like, I don't know what else to do. I'm so scatterbrained. I'm just thinking I'm going to go to bed. And instead we do just 20 more. And how we do that is I take like 2 to 3 minutes and I write out a list what I can do in the remaining 20 minutes that I have. So that's starting in one more conversation, posting in my, I have an ongoing fitness group from previous challengers or people who've signed up for the free account, maybe didn't fall through or used the Beachbody on Demand. And that's ongoing, and all my challengers go into that group after they've completed a challenge group. So posting in there or talking to my coaches or scheduling my post for the next day or reading a personal development book. And so I write out a list of these are the things I'm going to do. And for the next 15 minutes, there's nothing else I'm focusing on but those last things that I can do in 20 minutes. And it's really helped me because I get exhausted by 10 o'clock at night and I just want to go to bed. I don't want to do anything else. And instead I can focus, and sometimes it turns into 25 minutes or 30 minutes. And I'm shocked at how much energy I have because I'm so focused in on just doing those last few things. And so, without Nicole, neither one of us would have hit Success Club, to be honest. We both have pushed, but we haven't pushed ourselves that hard. And having each other, I don't want to fail Nicole. Like, I know she has goals. I know that she's giving me her time, which she doesn't have that much of. She has 3 kids, and yet she has completely pushed me because I don't want to fail her. I don't want to let her down. And so being able to partner with somebody like that has just been just wonderful. And I'm looking forward to what we're going to be doing in the future because we have each other to push each other that hard. And so that's all that I'm going to say right now. And Nicole, if you want to pop on and finish up.
Hi there. Can you guys all hear me, see me?
Yes.
Okay. So thank you, Ashley. Okay, so I apologize. I am completely scattered today, and I didn't have a lot of time to finalize my notes of what I was going to talk about. But a little history on me. I have been a coach for, I know Ashley said 15 months and then got me thinking, I think actually almost 2 years. And while I've been a coach for that long, I kind of always had that, I guess you can say, like a failure to launch type of thing. Like, I had the desire to do it. I knew I could do it, but I just couldn't figure out how to do it. It was kind of a different concept to start this business and know that I could literally run it any possible way that I wanted to. You know, I'm used to working at a job, like a corporate America job, and being told what I had to do and how to do it, and to now have like completely free reign to do whatever I wanted to do was a really hard concept for me to grasp. So trying to find my way, I just wasn't. You know, Mackenzie and I have a really good friendship, and it was hard to get what I needed from her, and like, to no offense of her, like, I needed something else, and I couldn't ever figure it out. And so I had originally met Ashley earlier this year when she first started coaching, and that was kind of it at the time. And then, you know, months go by and I get to know her via Facebook, and I know how much her faith means to her. I know she has a son close in age to my son. We also both cloth diaper our sons, and so I knew we kind of had a lot in common. I knew she lived close to me, and there was multiple times where I reached out to her for different things, whether it was because of her faith and I needed some extra prayers, or I was really stumped on something about the diapers and I needed some help. So I kind of reached out to her, and that just kind of developed our friendship. And before we knew it, it was just kind of, we clicked. I think we found a lot of like safety within each other. And so we knew that we can talk and communicate. And so I think Ashley had said we started like officially being success partners like in October. And so we kind of started taking everything a lot more serious. We took the time to set out our goals. We collaborated all of our ideas. Like I always had ideas, but I just couldn't ever figure out exactly how to put them into play. And without having that person to bounce things off with, I kept just being stuck, and I kept just not going anywhere. And so now I finally had that safety net of a peer that was on the same page as me. And so I would share my ideas with her. She would give me feedback. She would give me her ideas, and we would kind of develop. So we decided we wanted to be a little more creative. We both are kind of creative people. We like to do things a little bit different. And so we decided to do different challenge groups and different like shorter groups, like 3 to 5 day groups that weren't just our typical clean eating groups. And then like she had mentioned that we did the Black Friday group this last, was it just last week? I don't know. She totally challenged me to do it. I will tell you that I had full intent to run the group. I had started advertising for the group and wasn't getting any feedback. I wasn't getting anybody to show interest in being a part of the group as a vendor. And I kind of felt like just giving up. And I had about a week or less until Black Friday actually was happening, and I didn't have anything happening. And she kept kind of asking me about it and pushing me, and I finally was like, all right, I'm going to jump farther outside of the box here. And so I dove into different different mom type groups that I'm in on Facebook. Like I'm in like a nursing group and like a cloth diaper group and stuff like that, and put my name out there and said, hey, this is what I'm doing and I want you to join me. And before I knew it, I had this big old group full of people that wanted to join me, and it turned out to be awesome. And I have made so many more connections than I ever had before, and I have a lot more leads than I ever had before. And I almost gave up, and I totally would have given up if Ashley wasn't there to push me and encourage me and tell me that I could do it. Just knowing that she's always there to support me about everything. You know, she showed you how I literally talk to Ashley more than I think I talk to my husband. And I think he'd be okay with that because he's the same way with his friends. But we literally voice chat each other all day long. And we don't always just talk about business. And I think that really has added to our success as partners by being able to be that safety net for each other about everything. You know, even just earlier this evening, I was a total mess because I had to go to this really important meeting for my older daughter at junior high that she'll be at next year. And I ended up having to leave because the baby was being completely out of control, and it was so embarrassing. And we had lasted like 10 minutes and we had to go. And I was so frustrated. I just wanted to cry. And so I message her and I tell her, and she messages me back, and she's just like, it's okay. Everything will be okay. Just take a deep breath, and totally calms me down, makes, you know, everything's okay. And so it's stuff like that, you know, like when I'm having a hard time and I'm bickering with my husband, or I'm having a hard time with one of my kids, or I got no sleep because my kid's teething and I know her kid's teething too. And just knowing that I have that, you have your spouse or your partner and you can rely on them to an extent, but like Ashley said about James running his business too, like they just don't always get it at the same level that you need them to. And so having Ashley there on so many, in so many ways other than just business has really, it's kind of added to my own confidence, and it's just added to everything, to just know that we have the belief in each other. I think all in all, everything has just really contributed to our success, and I don't really know what else to say. It's been a really, really big game changer. Like Ashley said, you want to find somebody that suits you. You don't want to just sync up with somebody just because you're supposed to have a success partner. It's not about that. It's about finding the right connection with somebody and making sure that you guys are there to support each other and strengthen your strengths and your weaknesses and just be there for one another. I don't know, I guess that's it. Ashley, do you have anything else that like I said, I didn't have the chance to really put all of my thoughts together.
I was just going to say one last thing. I personally am a person that does things alone. I have always been that way. Even in team sports, I've always been, that looks like my husband would do that, Nicole. Personally, I've always done swimming, and that's a personal sport. It's not a team sport. And this, Beachbody as a whole is a team sport, even though you have your own personal goals and whatnot to excel, but we all work together. The Bombshell Dynasties 60,000 plus, and we all work together. Team Flipless, we all work together. There's I don't know how many coaches, Mackenzie, are in there, and we all work towards the same goal, and we're encouraging each other and helping each other be successful. So for me to open up to somebody else and to share, I was like, I can do this myself. I don't need anybody. And being with Nicole, no, I do need somebody, and everybody can benefit from having that extra encouragement, and exactly like what we did. And it does take a little bit of effort. I've had Nicole and I, we're constantly talking to each other, so it takes time from us, but at the same time, it's paid off. And so the more we put into this relationship, it's the stronger it's getting, and the better both of our businesses are succeeding.
Yeah, I agree. And also I wanted to add, I don't know, well, I assume, I guess, that I'm not the only one where I haven't always had the best support at home for what I want to do with this business. And I will say that Ashley and I have collaborated, and we've been working together, and my husband sees that, she's over here. How much are you over here? Once a week?
Yeah, probably, I guess, averaging.
Yeah. That he actually is really come around and has been a lot more supportive of what I'm trying to do, and actually asks me what I'm doing and asks how things are going, and it's been really awesome. So there's hope.
A success partner. No.
I think that's really good to touch on though too, because my husband is supportive to an extent, but at the same time there's days where if I'm I have to do this or I have to do this, he lets me do it, but he has an attitude about it. But he doesn't complain about the paychecks. So I think also too, it's you have your spouse that you want to be able to vent to, and to just kind of pour out ideas to. And they Joe is notorious for I'll be talking and he's just standing there or doing something, and I'm are you even listening to me? Or does that even what am I even talking about? And so it's really nice to be able to have somebody that's in the business that understands what you're talking about and understands the struggle. Because even just this last month, I will be honest, I was freaking out about not hitting Success Club. I was there is no way. And I was hustling and I was not getting anywhere. I mean, it was just a really tough month. And he was like, it's okay, babe. Like, it's okay. You don't have to hit it. And I was like, no, like, are you kidding me? I'm like, I have 30 something months. I'm like, there is no way I am not hitting it. Like, are you kidding me? And he's just like, and I'm like, part of me knows that like he's supposed to be my husband in that way and like reassure me. But at the same time, it was like, that's why I knew for me, not having my success partners when I was feeling those struggles was huge, because they would have been like, no, like of course you're going to get it. Of course you have to, you can't. And he was just like, it's okay. It's no big deal. So it totally adds just a different layer of accountability to it, because I'm super, like Ashley said, like I'm super independent too. So I don't feel like I need somebody to like push me along. Like I'm self-motivated to do it regardless. So that for me, when I like, cause I didn't have a success partner for a long time, and I was still getting stuff done, but it just helped me be more productive, and it helped me break out of my comfort zone. It helped me break out of my, just you get stuck in doing things a certain way. So it's good to always just bounce ideas, and good to see how other people are doing things. And even sometimes it's like for a long time, my success partners, we all just vented to each other because about just whatever was going on in our personal lives or with our business or with, things that weren't working or whatever. And it just really helped to be, it's just like when you have your girlfriends, like you need to have, or like when you become a mom and you're going through motherhood and it's challenging, and you need to have mom friends that understand what it's like to go through what you're going through. So it just, I think, adds such a huge just importance to help keep your head in the game, because there are lots of times, and you guys have all experienced it, that like you just want to check out and you just don't care. Because even me, like even this last month, I was just like, whatever, like I'm so over it. I'm freaking 7 months pregnant. I don't care, and I'm just tired, and I don't whatever. And so for me, that was like kind of a turning point for me, that I was like, okay, I need to get some new people that are going to help push me, and not just like not check their messages for 5 days. And then I, when I am really in a need, then I feel like I really don't have anybody to talk to. So if any of you guys really want success partners, I would be happy to chat with you and kind of see who I think would pair well. Or if there's somebody that you feel like you would mesh well with or click well, please do not hesitate to reach out to them. Don't be shy, because I guarantee you they'll be flattered and they'll want somebody else to work with. And I want you guys to know, obviously I'm always here for you, but I really do think that like this is just a different layer of accountability that somebody else can give to you that I can't necessarily give to you. And because there are so many of you, and so many, like we all are running our businesses independently, we all have, other responsibilities too. There are days when, I have 50 plus personally sponsored coaches. So I'm checking in with those people, and sometimes it feels, and I apologize if it feels impersonal or if I'm not giving you what you need. But I think honestly, having the success partner just to help just give you that extra added sense of support makes a really big difference. So does anybody have questions or comments or anything they need? Hi, Brittany. Are you surviving in all those moving boxes?
You guys, we just finally got the contingencies removed. So today's the first day we actually started packing, and the pod comes tomorrow. So I'm like,